I'm going to read you this week's story. I'm going to use some clues from this book so we can work out what the story might be about. There are words that will be helpful and pictures. Let's look at the pictures first. There's a boy and he's holding some carrots. I wonder if the book's about carrots. On the back is a garden with lots of things growing, green things and red things. There's a dog and a man and a woman. Oh, and a watering can. And it says, "Do you like chips? Oliver won't eat anything else until he plays a game with his grandpa. Whatever vegetable Oliver finds in his garden, he must eat." Ah, that's made me think that this might be Oliver. And this might be to do with what he's going to eat. The book's called Oliver's Vegetables by Vivian French and illustrated by Alison Bartlett. Let's see what happens. "Finish up, Oliver," said his mum, "or we'll miss the bus." "Can't we walk to Grandpa's house?" said Oliver. "No," said his mum, "it's too far. Hurry up." If you look, that clue on the back about chips, he's eating a chip right now. The best thing about Grandpa's house was the garden. "I grow all my own vegetables," Grandpa said proudly. Lots of things here. I think we're going to find out what they are in the story. Lots of things growing. "I don't eat vegetables," Oliver told Grandpa. "I only eat chips." "If you want chips," said Grandpa, "you must find the potatoes. And if you find something else, you eat that with no complaints. Is it a bargain?" Shaking hands, look. Oliver ran round the garden, but he couldn't see any potatoes. "They must be hiding," he said, and he pulled at the nearest leaves. "Carrots," said Grandpa, "just the thing for Monday lunch." Oliver ate his first carrots for lunch. And we've got the green leaves, and the carrots have been growing under the ground where you can't see them. Oliver took a long time making his mind up on Tuesday. Gran and Grandpa came to watch him. "Those crinkly leaves are pretty," he said. "Are the potatoes there?" "Spinach," said Grandpa, and they had spinach for supper. "That was good," said Oliver. On Wednesday, Oliver got up early. "Potatoes are very important," he said, "so they must have big leaves. Here they are." I bet you've guessed, haven't you? Grandpa smiled. "That's not potato, that's rhubarb." And they had rhubarb pie that night. It was very good. It rained on Thursday, and when it stopped, Oliver hurried outside. "Have you found the potatoes?" Grandpa asked. "No," said Oliver. "I found slugs and snails." "Are they eating my potatoes?" "No," said Grandpa. "That's cabbage." And Oliver had 2 helpings. "Very, very good," he said. On Friday, Oliver was sure that he'd found the potatoes. He pulled at the leaves and up came some beetroot. That night, Oliver ate all of his beetroot salad. "Very, very, very good," he said. It's tricky, isn't it? 'Cause everything seems to have a green leaf, but underneath there haven't been potatoes. On Saturday, Oliver played football. The ball landed in a tangle of sticks and leaves. Oliver was sure that the potatoes weren't there, and Grandpa nodded. "Peas," he said. Oliver had 3 helpings of pea soup that night. "Was it good?" said Grandpa. "No," said Oliver. "It was delicious." Oliver rushed into the garden on Sunday. "Here they are." "How did you know?" said Grandpa. "Because they were the only thing left. If you look carefully, there are green leaves, but Grandpa is digging up potatoes, quite muddy and dirty ones that will need a wash." "Can we have chips now?" Oliver asked. "Well, you scrub the potatoes and I'll peel them," said Gran, "and Grandpa can cut them up." So they did need washing, the skins taken off and cutting up to make chips. Oliver, Gran and Grandpa sat down to eat. The door opened and in walked Oliver's mother. She saw the plate of chips. "Oh dear, I did hope Oliver would eat something different while he was here," she said. And Oliver and Grandpa looked at one another. His mother stared as they laughed and laughed and laughed. Why do you think she laughed? I think because she thought he'd been eating the chips all week, but he hadn't, had he? He'd had so many different vegetables. And here again, we've got some more green leaves growing in the garden. I wonder if you like vegetables. I wonder if you try new foods. I'm going to find out a lot about vegetables this week. So see what you can find out, and don't forget to send me lots of lovely learning on Class Dojo so I can see how you're getting on. Take care and hope to see you soon. Bye.